Hey, Ted here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq with Elliott Wave Theory. Couple of advertisements here at the start. I finally completed the Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course, so if you want to master the RSI and want to learn how it can be utilized properly with Elliott Wave Theory, check out the course on Udemy. I've also started counter trend capital with few expert traders that will be paid Discord group. Currently the Discord is free, so you can check it out if you're interested. And lastly, if you want to educate yourself and support me, you can take a look at Patreon, where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and extra content overall. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the charts next. So here we are on Nasdaq chart on 2 hour time frame at this moment. The overall again idea has been that we have had a structure from these lows of October 13th. So let's take a look at both the scenarios. The bullish one first, where this was labeled as a 4-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into wave A or wave 1, and then wave 2 or wave B here. Again, we have some issues here locally, where this is again, the third wave is larger than wave 1, which is not very, something that some people might call it invalid already, or invalidated in the diagonal here, as wave 1 is again smaller than third. But just in case this sometimes happens, and I've seen multiple of different cases where this has happened, especially on crypto. Of course, the markets are a bit different there, so I'm not 100% sure on this one. I do prefer the more bearish one first, obviously, since this is not very typical scenario in any case, but the structure up to these highs would be considered as a diagonal, then expanded flat into the lows, and then we'd be looking for that C wave or third wave. At this point, we could be already looking for the extension targets that we have here. Let's pivot from here and try to get the exact pivot here, and we are again at very much of a bearish target so far. Now, if we are looking at this more bullish count as a whole first, we can take a look at this count since then. We were talking about this previously as well already, so we had a couple of different ideas here, so don't let it confuse you. We had a couple of different ideas where this is either again wave A based on the more bearish count, or this would be a wave A based on this current structure here that we had more bullish, where this would be a wave 1, 2, and then we'd be looking for 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3. The issue was that we already came back to this low. Again, that's why we had these labelings or these arrows here, where we would be shifting our bias and labels all over again if this happens. And this did happen, so we need to modify this whole thing, and we would just do it like this, where this would be an A, wave 2 or B. Why is that? Because we can create still the same diagonal structure here as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here, and then we would be creating another leg up higher. At this point, we can be looking at this again and looking for extension targets way up higher. However, again, we have already hit the 0.618, which is again the minimum target for a third wave, or sorry, a C wave. So again, there is a chance that this is done. However, the structure afterwards is very corrective to the downside. So again, that does not speak for the case that this is wholly as a bearish structure. This definitely feels like a 5-way structure. So there is a chance that this is obviously a wave 1 of this of lower degree of either the third wave here or something else. So we'd be looking into this here. And at this point, we would have this as another option here as a wave 1 and wave 2 here. And this would be just a lower degree. So again, there is a chance that this wave C would turn out up somewhere over here. If we are just looking at the extension targets that we would have, with that kept in mind, where this would be a wave 2, let's change the coloring so we can keep track of it. 1.618, right around $1,400. Or $14,000, sorry. And at that point again, we would be already getting towards more that 1.618 with the extension here that we'd be expecting for that fifth wave to come. So again, at that point, this third wave would already be here, fourth and fifth over here. Hopefully that makes sense to me, or sense to you, not me. because again, there is a couple of different ways of looking at it. Locally, there is a chance that this indeed was a 5-way structure. This structure here was a very bad CPI data scam pump and dump, as we do normally have those during these times. But yeah, there is a chance that we have created this as some kind of 5-wave up here, and this would be again another 1-2 here. Either it is complete or not, we don't know of that yet, but this is one chance of that happening. But yeah, that is the more bullish count locally. Let's check out the more bearish count overall, which is this, where we have more proportionate ABC into wave W or wave A, then ABC down here into wave X or B. Again, we do hit the 90% retracement, which is again favoring the B wave overall. The expectation here would be a 5-way structure of up to these highs, and we have hit again that bearish target that we would have here. At this point, again, there's a couple of different ways of labeling this. We do have a one divergence over here, but again, the issue is that this structure is very not overlapping. Well, it is overlapping, but it's more correct to the downside, not an impulsive structure to the downside like this one. So, couple of ways of labeling this here. Let's see if I had it here. One of them was having this as a WXY. This would be having this as a wave Y instead. The C wave, it is kind of hard to label this. We can have this as a 1-2, maybe 3, 4, 5, but then that brings the issue that we would have this as a, well, this would be a 1-2. Then we just get out of the count just due to the same issues that we had on the bullish count. So if we want to be having this as more of a corrective structure here, I would almost prefer this WXY, although we did get to the 90% retracement here. It fits better structure wise, and we do have these 3-wave structures here looking decent. Of course, this C wave is kind of small in comparison to this wave A here, but I feel like that is the only way I can get a proper looking structure in there. As we are missing the 4th and 5th here, I don't think that we can clearly say that we have 5 3-way back and then again a structure like that. If we would have had that 5th wave up in here, I would have preferred an ABC over here. But yeah, it did not happen, so we don't need to be worrying about that now. At the moment, again, if we want to be more bearish, we would have to most likely create this into some kind of diagonal to the downside, where this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating some kind of diagonal up in here. At this point, it looks that it is expanding, which is something that definitely don't really show up that often. So again, it is not something that I would want to be playing. But if we do get this one more low here with a divergence on these, we can be seeing a potential move upwards and then a move downwards again. Again, that would be the time to look for short setups, but only if again we get a new low here, and it should be larger than this previous structure. But yeah, I think those are the options that I'm currently looking at. We'll see if we break these highs. I would be favoring more bulls. Break these lows, favor more bears with a pullback here and the setup downwards. But I think that's going to do it for this video on Nasdaq. If you made it this far into the video, again, I would appreciate the likes and comments on the video. There's links to my Patreon and Discord group on the description below. Also check out CTC as well. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.